It is 30,000 years ago. You are sitting in a damp, dimly lit cave somewhere in Ice Age Europe. Outside, a torrential rainstorm has been raging for 3 solid days. You've already eaten the last of the foraged berries. You've napped your flint spearhead until it is sharp enough to cut hair. You've reorganized your sleeping furs. You've meticulously picked the dirt out from under your fingernails. And now, you are just staring blankly at the rough limestone wall in front of you. You feel a creeping, agitated itch in your brain. You are, undeniably, bored. But wait, is that even possible? Did ancient humans actually experience boredom the way we do? We tend to picture our ancestors in a constant, adrenaline-fueled struggle for survival, chasing mammoths and outrunning saber-toothed cats. But the truth is, there was a lot of downtime. So, how did they cure that mind-numbing boredom without a smartphone to doom scroll? Welcome back. Today, we are stepping into the shoes of our restless ancestors to discover what early humans did when they had absolutely nothing to do. To understand prehistoric boredom, we first need to understand why boredom exists at all. Boredom isn't just a modern curse born out of the digital age. It is a deeply ingrained evolutionary mechanism. Think of it like a neurological alarm clock. When you are doing nothing, your brain drops its dopamine levels, creating a feeling of mild distress. This was evolutionary gold. If our ancestors just sat around feeling perfectly content doing nothing, they wouldn't innovate, they wouldn't explore, and they wouldn't invent new tools. Boredom was the biological push that whispered, "Do something. Improve your situation." So, when the weather trapped your tribe in a cave, or the winter brought long, dark nights, that neurological itch kicked in. And how did you scratch it? You started tinkering. Imagine you are back in that cave. You have a piece of burnt wood from the fire. You reach out and drag it across the wall. It leaves a black streak. You do it again. You start tracing the shape of the wild horse you saw yesterday. For a long time, anthropologists believed that ancient cave art, like the magnificent paintings found in Lascaux or Chauvet, were purely for sacred rituals or hunting magic. And while many certainly were, modern researchers are increasingly acknowledging another possibility. Some of it was just ancient doodling. In caves around the world, we find thousands of hand stencils. Some of them are from children. They are the prehistoric equivalent of spraying, "I was here" on a brick wall. When ancient humans were bored, they made art. They ground up red ochre, mixed it with animal fat, and painted. And when they weren't painting, they were talking. Before writing, the only way to pass on knowledge was orally. The campfire was the prehistoric movie theater. Sitting around the fire, you would share gossip, recount epic hunts, and invent myths. Boredom gave birth to human storytelling. But what if you didn't feel like painting or talking? What if you wanted to play? Here is a weird historical detail. The oldest known musical instruments aren't drums. They are flutes, carved out of the hollow wing bones of griffin vultures, dating back over 40,000 years. Imagine the sheer amount of idle time and boredom required to look at a dead vulture, snap its wing bone, hollow it out, carefully drill 5 perfectly spaced holes into it, and realize that blowing through it makes a musical scale. Ancient humans also invented games to pass the time. Archaeological digs have uncovered sheep and goat knuckle bones, known as astragali, that were polished and used as the very first dice. They also dug small, patterned pits into the dirt to play early versions of Mancala, a strategy game involving moving seeds or small stones around a board. When you were bored, you played, you competed, you made music. So, the next time you find yourself stuck in a waiting room, or sitting on a train, feeling that familiar, agonizing drag of boredom, don't just reach for your phone. Take a second to appreciate that feeling. You are experiencing the exact same psychological itch that drove your ancient ancestors to carve the first flute, paint the first masterpiece, and tell the first story. Boredom didn't kill the ancient human. It made us who we are today. Thanks for watching. If you found this trip back in time fascinating, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what is your go-to habit when you get bored? See you in the next one.